One thing that always was on my mind, I'm very philosophically minded, so I like to do thought experiments, but as soon as I learned about enlightenment, here's the problem I had, is that, so when we're in a dream state, when we're sleeping, we don't really recognize sometimes that we're in a dream state. So we're like really in it. And then we wake up and realize, oh, it was just a dream. Now, then we can learn about enlightenment. We can maybe have an enlightenment experience or two. And then it's like analogous to that. It's like we had the waking state, and then, oh, I can be really awake. I can be spiritually awake. And then it seems like that's kind of like where it stops. But then, my philosophical mind continues, kind of extrapolates on that and says, well, what if even the things that we're calling absolute truth, the infinity, the nothingness that I grasp through direct experience, and I do a lot of work like you've done, but is there still not a possibility that all of that is still within some paradigm, and that there's an even higher or a deeper paradigm that hasn't yet been accessed, or may be impossible to access just given the limits of the mind and the fact that we are human beings and so forth?
No.
How can you be so certain about that?
Because it's not possible. It's not possible. Everything you describe is relative.
But
You can't get more absolute than absolute.
But isn't that being judged from the lower paradigm in the same way that if I, let's say, wasn't enlightened, I would say, well, it's not possible to be enlightened because, look, this is all that's possible.
No.
Because our notions of possibility, what informs that?
What?
Of what's possible and not possible. Isn't that assumptions we have?
Possibility is wide open. It's infinite, right? But infinity is no more than infinity. You know what I'm saying? Infinite doesn't exist. It's not lots and lots. See? So you can't get more infinite than infinite. So you can't get more absolute than absolute.
Unless for some reason we're wrong about that and we don't realize it.
Alrighty.
But that's not a possibility.
Not really, no. In the relative domain, there's infinite possibilities, and there always will be, and it'll never stop. You can learn forever. You can create more distinctions forever. Why? That's the nature of consciousness.
And everything is consciousness.
Okie dokie. Everything is exactly what it is.
And we can use whatever word we want to describe it.
Well, I would avoid raspberry. You see, but it's just getting silly now. So